Have you ever watched a chess grandmaster play and just thought, how on earth do they do that? How do they see things on the board that feel completely invisible to the rest of us? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that exact process. We're going to map out the complete journey to chess mastery. It really is like a superpower, isn't it? They sit down at the board, and for them, it's not just 32 pieces on 64 squares. No, they see entire webs of possibilities. They see threats, plans, and game-winning ideas that stretch dozens of moves into the future. I mean, it is a level of foresight that's just breathtaking. So that begs the big question. How is this even possible? Is it some kind of innate genius? A secret code that only a few people are born with? Well, the truth is, there's no magic trick. The path to becoming a true master of the game isn't a secret at all. It's a journey, a structured, layered process of building knowledge, discipline, and a deep, deep understanding of the game. And here's the best part. It's a journey anyone can begin. So let's start by blowing up the biggest misconception right away, the myth of genius. See, true mastery isn't some single flash of brilliance. Think of it more like building a skyscraper, floor by floor, layer by layer, with very specific skills. The process starts at the ground floor with the absolute basics, the rules. From there, you start layering on opening principles, recognizing tactical patterns, and building strategic concepts. And the final layers, the ones that top it all off, that's endgame precision and the rock-solid mental toughness to handle the pressure. Every single part builds on the last one. And that whole system, it all starts right here, with the absolute, non-negotiable foundation. You have to know the rules and how the pieces move inside and out, no shortcuts. Take the knight, for example. We all learn it moves in an L shape. But a master understands its soul. They see its unique power, how it can attack pieces that can't attack it back, how it dominates in closed positions, and that it's the only piece that can just leap over obstacles. Every single piece has that kind of depth. And it's not just about the standard moves. You've got these special rules, and they are absolutely crucial tools for any serious player. Castling tucks your king away to safety. Promotion can turn a tiny pawn into a game-winning queen. And en passant, well, that's the quirky pawn capture that often separates the beginners from the players who are really starting to get it. And finally, you have to understand the ultimate objective. There's a huge difference between check and checkmate. A check is just a threat, the game's still on. But checkmate, that's it, game over. The king is trapped, there's nowhere to run. Understanding this difference is literally the entire point of the game. Okay, so once you've got those fundamentals locked down, you start to see the game in a whole new way. You see its story, because every single game of chess is like a 3-act play. Every game flows through these 3 phases. It starts with the opening, where you're setting up your forces. Then it transitions into the middle game. That's where the real fight happens. And it all wraps up in the end game, which is a pure test of technical precision. The opening is all about one thing, efficiency. The goals are beautifully simple. Get your pieces into the game, fight for control of the center of the board, and get your king safe, usually by castling. You've got to avoid rookie mistakes like moving the same piece over and over or grabbing useless pawns while your opponent develops their whole army. And if you want a perfect example of this, just look at the legend, Paul Morphy, and his famous Opera House game. He gave away pieces left and right just to develop his own army with incredible speed. He absolutely crushed his opponents because their pieces were still asleep on the back rank. It's a timeless lesson. Development is king. All right, the pieces are developed. And now we hit the middle game. This is where the fireworks happen. It's a complex, tactical battlefield where both sides' plans just slam into each other. This is where your deep understanding of strategy and coordination really comes into play. And you know that genius calculation you see from a grandmaster? Most of the time, it's actually lightning-fast pattern recognition. They've seen these tactical ideas like a fork, where one piece hits 2 enemy pieces at once, thousands upon thousands of times. They're not calculating from scratch. They're speaking a fluent language of tactical patterns that they know by heart. And what's so cool is that mastery isn't one size fits all. You had Garry Kasparov, who was all about relentless, overwhelming attacks. Then there was Anatoly Karpov, who would just slowly and methodically squeeze the life out of his opponent's position. And Mikhail Tal, the magician from Riga, he thrived in pure, calculated chaos, creating tactical nightmares for his opponents. So, if you survive the middle game storm, you land in the endgame. And here, the rules kind of change again. The king, who's been hiding the whole game, suddenly becomes a powerful fighting piece. In the endgame, absolute precision is everything. A single mistake, one wrong move can be the difference between a win and a loss. But look, you can know all the theory in the world, and it still won't be enough. Because the next, and maybe the most important layer of mastery, it's all in your head. It's about forging the mind of a champion. And the level of dedication we're talking about here is just staggering. Professionals are training for 4 to 6 hours. Every single day. This isn't just playing a few games online. This is intense study, solving puzzles, analyzing games, and pushing your brain to its absolute limits. And all that hard work, it builds an incredible mental fortitude. It's that ability to stay calm when the clock is ticking down. It's being able to make a huge blunder and just shake it off instantly and refocus. It's seeing every single loss not as a failure, but as a priceless lesson. I mean, look at Magnus Carlsen. Even the world champ loses. But what makes him the best is how he always comes back stronger. So when you piece all of this together, you start to get the full picture. The path to mastery isn't some finish line you cross. It's a never-ending journey of learning and getting just a little bit better every single day. So there it is, the complete path, laid out. You start by mastering the rules. Then you observe those core opening principles. From there, you sharpen your tactical vision until it's razor sharp. You deepen your strategic understanding, you perfect your endgame technique, and you wrap all of it in that unshakable mental strength. That's how you build that seemingly superhuman vision. And listen, throughout that entire journey, this is the mindset that will carry you through. Every blunder you make, that's a teacher. Every game you win, that's just confirmation that you're growing. You're gonna get frustrated, but you have to persist. The board is honest. If you put in the work, you will see the results. So there you have it. The secret's out. Except there is no secret. There's just a path, a clear step-by-step path of dedicated learning. The map is right in front of you. The only question left is, are you ready to make your first move?